Hello folks. Well, it's lunchtime here and I'm about to shoot into town, but I want to start talking maybe 3 sessions about family devotions. So not sure if this is a good time to be doing it for people, but hopefully some of you can join me, and if not, maybe watch it later. We had a wonderful time down in Hamilton and enjoyed being with the siblings and helping Mum Boom move house, and then she went and had an operation, which was a wonderful success. So that was lovely. So let me start by reading a beautiful scripture from Deuteronomy 6, and I shared last time that this was my mandate really for homeschooling. It's the Shema. Deuteronomy 6, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands, bind them on your foreheads, write them on the doorframes of your house and on your gates. Beautiful. Teaching our children the word of the Lord, how to love him. This is my heart's desire, and it's something that was number 1 in my homeschooling. So because of that, it had priority in my day. And after the children had done their chores, I would gather them together, often with a call from Psalm 34, Come, my children, listen to me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord. So we'd gather around and do family devotions. Now, I know that a lot of people tremble when they hear that. They feel totally inadequate. They don't have a clue how to do this, and yet it is so simple. And I want to teach you just a simple way that you can start and make this a huge part of your homeschooling and your family. So important. I've actually written a couple of books about it, and the Gift of Values, I know that'll be back to front to you, but 2 of them, and actually in these I look at different values, how you can teach your child honesty, diligence, courage, forgiveness, things like that. And I'm actually going to, while I remember, say that if any of you want to buy one of these, they're $20. They're on my website, rosieboom.com. If you buy one, you'll get the other one free. So just if you can, in the notes when you do it, just write heart to heart or Facebook or something, and I'll know that you're that, and I'll send the 2 out for you. But it's so important, and yet we often shy away from it because we're not quite sure how to start. So let me just say to you, number 1, Jesus was the master storyteller, and a huge part of my devotional time is telling stories. Stories from the Bible, yes. When your children are little, their hearts will be thrilled with, David and Goliath, and the healing of the blind man, whatever. Then using stories of other people's lives. So Jim Elliot, Eric Liddell, the runner, so many famous people that are inspirational. So read stories. I love the words once upon a time, thrilling. And as an author, I love Beatrix Potter's quote. She said, there's something delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never know quite where it's going to take you. So Jesus told stories all the time, and in your devotional time, you want it to be alive, you want it to be exciting, you want it to be something that the children look forward to. Stories are a fantastic way. I've invested in a lot of devotional books over the years and read through a lot of them with my children. One of them we loved was Missionary Life with the Millers, I think it was called, but about true stories about missionaries. Do you know, I just want to say, yes, we base everything around the Bible, but devotions isn't just about reading long and slow through Leviticus. It's incorporating all sorts of things with biblical truth. And one of the thrills that we had a few years ago in devotions, I stumbled across an old suitcase of my mother's, and in there was a pack of letters tied up with string. Sounds like a song, I know. And do you know what? They're all letters that I wrote to Mum and Dad while I was a missionary in Borneo. Dear Mum and Dad, this is the first one. Well, I'm here. Just arrived in Borneo. So I decided that I would read these letters to my children. One of the most important things you can do is tell your own story. And that means your failures as well as your successes. And you can, you don't have to tell everything. Obviously you've got to make it age appropriate for your children. But open up your life, open up your own heart, your walk with the Lord, and share it with your children. And so my letters, it was exciting. They loved it. And all through it, I'm talking about the call of God, going to the mission field, dealing with loneliness, feeling the pain of leaving family and friends, and the scriptures that God shared with me to encourage me. It's just all there. And the children loved it when Chris Boom made an appearance in my letters. Long before we were going out, we were friends, but it was just a beautiful way to talk about the Lord, talk about my life, my commitment to God and what it meant. And so you can do that. Share your story. Think of things in your life that may be embarrassing. I remember sharing with my children about going to stay at a friend's place, and I'd forgotten my toothbrush, and do you know, shame upon shame, I used a toothbrush that was there, and then this girl came up, who used my toothbrush? And just the pain of having to be honest, and it was awful. But anyway, talking about things like that. So telling stories is so important. The other thing that is important in devotion, when you're sitting down with your children and you're reading part of the Bible, you're reading a storybook, ask questions. Always ask questions. Jesus used this all the time. He would say to them, he told them the story about the Good Samaritan, and then he would finish it with, which of these three do you think was the good neighbour? So you do not want to sit down and you just talk to your children. You engage them, make them think about it. And the best way to make people think is to ask questions. So who was the neighbour? Or Jesus said, why do you call me good? He was always encouraging their thoughts. And I would do that all the time with the children, and little ones to older ones. You give age-appropriate questions and get them thinking, and keeps them alive. Now, look, when you start family devotions, this it doesn't have to be a long time, but it should be regular. And you'll find as you get more and more relaxed, and you follow, if there's someone asks a question about missionaries, weren't they? And I said, yes, they were. And where were they? And so I said they were in Zimbabwe. And so from there, you don't just leave it at that. You get a world map out. You go and find Zimbabwe, and you find the place where they were. You get out any family history you might have, and you'll discover things like we discovered that my great-grandfather was known as a great walker and whistler, as he walked many, many miles to preach the gospel. This is important. This is all about devotions as well. It's showing that there's a godly heritage and the challenges they had as they left New Zealand and went to Africa, things like that. So ask questions, follow it through. A great thing, just thinking about that, the Good Samaritan. One of the things that we did in our devotional time was we often spontaneously acted out things that we'd read. So the Good Samaritan is a great one. You've got robbers hiding behind boulders, and you've got someone can be a donkey, and it just begs to be acted out, and it helps them to remember. It helps them to think and concentrate on what they're doing and saying. One of the ones that we acted out was the parable about showing mercy, and how the rich king showed mercy to someone who owed him a lot of money, and then that guy went out and found someone who owed him a small amount, and said, pay back what you owe. And it's all about forgiveness and mercy, and we acted it out. And I remember Josiah was the ruler, and he generously forgave Eliza, who was the man that owed a lot of money. And then Eliza went out and fell upon little Jacob. Now, Jacob was only about 5. None of this is scripted, and Jacob, Ellie went up to him, and she sort of got him round the neck, and she said, pay me what you owe. And Jake's one line of the whole play was, mercy. It was just a lovely time. You can do all sorts of things in your family devotional time. And over the next few days, I'd like to just talk about it and show you some of the ways that you can really write the Word of God upon the hearts of your children, how you can teach them the wonderful, beautiful fear of the Lord, which will keep them from evil people, will keep them to the path of the righteous. So it's exciting. Family devotions has been something that has been a huge blessing in our family, and some days not so good as others, but it's line upon line. It's day after day, week after week, hour after hour, month after month. It's amazing what you cover, and slowly the truth of the gospel goes into the little hearts of your children, and their hearts are awakened to the love of the Lord. So remember, if you want, purchase one of these. You'll get the other one for free. Go to my website, rosieboom.com, and just make sure that you put in there heart to heart or Facebook or something like that, and I'll send them out to you. But next time, I want to just look at practical things that you can do, things that we've done to make this special time, gezellig time that we talked about, of sitting together wherever you are and talking about what is so important to you, the faith, and how you can share your heart with your children. So I hope you enjoy that, and I encourage you to start tomorrow, and just gather your children together, read them a good story, choose a good story in the Bible, ask questions, tell it, act it out, and it'll be exciting to see your children respond to it. So I better go to town now, But you, God bless, and hopefully I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Okay, bye.